In 2008, three founders walked into the offices of Sequoia Capital and secured $600,000 in seed funding. Today, that initial investment has scaled into a global platform valued at over $110 billion. Because we know the story started with three guys renting out air mattresses on their floor, the common assumption is that their core business model was brilliant from day one. The actual data from 2008 tells a different story. They had no significant revenue and were asking professional investors to back a concept where strangers slept in each other's spare rooms, an idea most of Silicon Valley considered a niche solution for budget travelers. Airbnb's pitch deck successfully repositioned these structural risks as the primary reasons the company would eventually dominate the travel industry. The founders utilized a sequencing discipline known as objection suppression. This is a method of arranging a presentation to preemptively answer an investor's doubts before they can be voiced out loud. Mastering this sequence determines whether an investor spends the meeting looking for reasons to say no or looking for reasons to say yes. Airbnb's opening slide summarized the entire business in exactly 7 words: book rooms with locals rather than hotels. Stripping away industry jargon ensures the investor understands the core utility of the product immediately. If they don't have to decode peer-to-peer decentralized networks, they can focus entirely on the value of the service. When a venture capitalist cannot understand the product in the first 10 seconds, they spend the rest of the presentation trying to catch up. The entire rest of the deck becomes invisible to them. Once the product is clear, the investor's brain moves to the next logical hurdle. Is this market actually real? Leading with a $1 trillion market projection often triggers skepticism because the number is too abstract to be believable. Airbnb focused first on a verifiable market of budget travelers booking rooms during sold-out events. This smaller, serviceable available market provided a credible foundation. By the time they reached the $20 billion total market, the investor was looking at a logical expansion of a proven problem. Proving you can win a specific, credible segment earns you the right to claim the larger, speculative market that follows. The next objection focuses on the mechanics. Investors are checking whether the business model is simple enough to scale without friction. Airbnb's business model relied on a 10% commission. The math was so simple, investors could calculate unit economics without explanation. To handle their lack of early revenue, they avoided scattered metrics and focused their traction slide on a single narrative. They highlighted their Craigslist integration, a creative growth hack that proved they could acquire customers cost-effectively, even without a massive marketing budget. Pairing a mathematically simple revenue model with one clear traction story prevents VCs from hunting for flaws in the early numbers. This sequence brings the investor to slide 14, the final request for $600,000. Airbnb tied their funding ask to a hard operational milestone, reaching 80,000 transactions and $2 million in revenue. The precise sequencing of the previous 13 slides makes this final $600,000 ask feel like a mathematical certainty. Try to summarize your own business in a single simple sentence right now. Now, look at your current pitch deck and see if that exact sentence appears anywhere in the presentation. The Consultant Replacement Kit provides the shortcut to applying these exact psychological frameworks to your own race. You get a VC-ready 16-slide pitch deck in Canva, paired with a 16-page instruction guide built on real investor pattern matching. Applying this proven structure ensures you are presenting a business rather than just a pitch every time you enter a meeting.